Welcome back, everybody, to the Retro Blood. As we start off a brand new month here in the month of August, deep into summertime. All right, a time to go outside, do a little tanning, go by the beach, go by your favorite little diner, have yourself a nice little coffee before exploring the hot weather. And also, too, it's a great time to start worshiping Satan. Because...
Might as well.
All right, because the Retro Blood for this whole month is going to be talking Satan, the almighty Satan, in 1980s horror movies. Up first, if y'all like Trolls from 1981, Getting Their Revenge.
Trolls?
Yeah, trolls. Like internet trolls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I say. What are you talking about? All right, very good.
Yeah, internet trolls getting their revenge in 1981 style by summoning Satan. Viva Apple II computer programming skills to help you stop a murderer rapist, to help you kill harassing canceled teens, to help you kill teachers and German like school teachers from being dicks to you by having magical Satan powers of flying in the air and chopping people's head off. This is a movie for you, brother. All right,
man. This thing was glorious.
Because we're talking about Evilspeak. All right?
Yeah.
J.H. Alison, James Kline. Alison, how were you summoning those pigs in this movie? How was that going?
Fantastic, man. I love this. This was great. This is a classic.
This is a classic.
A bona fide classic.
So if I'm not...
But I'm glad you caught...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, glad you caught that too. Like, that one teacher, at least, that sounded German. Like, I was like, is this teacher a Nazi? Are these people Nazis? Like, okay.
He reminded me of the Nazi off Inglourious Bastards a little bit.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing.
And I was like, wait a minute, what kind of class are we teaching over here in 1981, brother? All right. So I was going to say, I believe this is the first... When we did this is the first time we both watched this, right? You have never previously seen this?
No, I was familiar with this, but I had never seen it. I've always wanted to see it. It was one of those movies that had an amazing VHS cover that I would always see in the video store, but I just never got around to renting it. And I've always wanted to see it, and I've always wanted to do it on this show.
Yeah.
And I finally got my wish. 4 or so years in, I finally get my wish. So we're doing Evilspeak today.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. This one actually has a pretty good cast to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got Clint Howard, who's actually a pretty famous actor. All right.
Yeah, Ron Howard's brother.
You got the guy from The Godfather, who was like the sleeping with fish guys, who was like some nice. He was like the nice food guy. He was what do you call him? I guess he was like the school's cafeteria cook.
Yeah, he was the chef, cafeteria chef. Yeah, he was the sleeping with fishes guy. In Godfather.
And Godfather. Gave him a nice little puppy. The guy looked exactly like Dusty Rhodes. All right.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple other ones out there. I mean, like I said, a pretty good staff. We'll talk about some of the casting they had with that. A lot of teen actors on here. Storyline wise, I was just like, I was semi confused, but I was also like intrigued. All right. So this movie, if just not reading, I read some critic reviews about it. All right.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, okay, I kind of got that feeling too. So a lot of people are saying it's kind of like a ripoff of Carrie, in a way.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I thought that as soon as I saw it.
Yeah. Yeah. Where, you got like the one person getting bullied. Now, first of all, I think the bully on this one was like extra. Like it kind of it kind of reminded me a little bit of Full Metal Jacket. You know what I mean? Where they were just bullying that Sergeant Pyle the whole fucking time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Sergeant Pyle at the end just killed the guy or whatever. Not to spoil Full Metal Jacket. You know what I mean?
If you haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, even though it's like, what, 40 years old or whatever. It's pretty old.
Yeah, yeah.
But, like, this one was, like, you know, with his character, all right? What was his last? He had, like, two last names. Like, two first names.
Coopersmith.
Yeah, Coopersmith.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, that right there was weird. Every time somebody has, like, two first names for their last name, I think it's weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why can't it just be Smith?
But it happens.
Like, why
Coopersmith?
Well, what if it's just Cooper then?
But then,
well, what if I called him Cooper?
He wouldn't be a Smith.
Well, the one guy.
They called him Cooper Dick.
Yeah, Cooper Dick. There you go. All right.
It's the stupidest insult ever, but yeah. Okay.
So the guy was getting like harassed the whole fucking movie. All right, and like I couldn't believe like everybody except for the one character was a dick to him, like everybody. And I couldn't believe I called him Groundskeeper Willie because I didn't get this name. You know, the guy that was in the dungeon lair. Does every military school have a dungeon lair?
Apparently they do. I've heard military schools are pretty rough places, so maybe they do. But yeah, they have that guy they call Sarge living in the dungeon.
Yeah. So we have Sarge Groundskeeper Willie staying in the dungeon, protecting the Satanic Book of Doom. So I got a question for you, Alison. Is it the book that had the magical Satan powers, or was it the Apple II computer programming that unleashed Almighty Satan upon the military high school kids?
So, no, I think it was the book that had the power, but the computer was the gateway to the power.
Okay,
which
so
I think, which I think that was. I think if you watch this movie in 1981, it would have hit harder than it does today. Because I have a feeling in 1981, computers were brand new, especially like home computers were brand new things. And, I'm sure that this would have been like, not that most people thought that home computers were going to, summon Satan, but people didn't know. Maybe they did, but people didn't know what home computers could be used for. And then I feel like this is something that's like way ahead of its time, where people are like, the idea of this is like, he used this computer, which can do anything apparently, to open this gateway to summon Satan through this book and this evil priest, I guess. Yeah. I guess he was a priest.
Mm-hmm. So, I said we'll talk all about it here pretty soon. Some behind the scenes stuff and a full review about it. But I thought it was a pretty interesting concept, especially with the Satanic Panic, which is about to be pretty run rampant in the 80s. Yeah. All right. And I believe this movie was made before that. Didn't the Satanic Panic happen, 82? Or is this going on right now?
So it's probably going on now. Satanic Panic, I think Satanic Panic really started in the 70s. Yeah. Because there was that famous book that I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head it was supposed to be a true story about this woman who she went to therapy and then she remembered all these things from her past that she couldn't remember, and like she'd been molested by a satanic cult and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Like that was in the 70s. But like when it started really hitting mainstream was in the 80s, probably around this time, like between like 1980 and 1985 or 87, probably. Mm-hmm. What was it? The McMartin School trial, where all those people's lives were essentially ruined because they were accused of molesting all these kids because they were supposedly part of a satanic cult. Yeah. That all that stuff was like in the early 80s around this time. Yeah. But it became like a what's the word I'm looking for? People became hysterical about it. Like they were just finding Satan everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
Kind of like, the Salem witch trials, kind of like how they were finding witches everywhere. It was sort of like that. That was the McMartin School trial was in 1983. So And then most of the investigations happened according to this, between 84 and 87. So yeah, this was would have been the very, very early parts of like, the Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
But people were like terrified that Satan was coming for our children through heavy metal and stuff like this. Like I remember this specifically, although this movie is not specifically about Satanic Panic, but it has like, there's a lot of movies around this time where Satan has an influence on the people in it that you wouldn't get later on in the 90s and 2000s and today. Like the Satan type movies are kind of different now.
Yeah.
But back then, like there were a lot of movies like this, as we'll talk about this month. But yeah, this was like the very beginning of Satanic Panic in the 80s, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. The only reason I brought it up is because I feel like, because computers and computer programming is obviously getting a little bit more advanced in the time of the 80s right over here. So I thought they mixed in the Satan stuff with it to show like the parents like, oh, look, you could even get Satan, and your Satan will brainwash your kids once you get these high-tech computers. Because once humankind has ever expanded on something, technology, it all has to do with Satan. All right. So, by the way, was this the creation of the dark web from our boy?
This is the very
Smith?
First dark web. Yeah. This is how the dark web started.
Yeah, with our Esteban, he will return, which he didn't return.
He did not return.
Spoilers. But let's get into it. Let's get into who booked this shit, brother. All right, who booked Evilspeak? All right, 1981 horror film. Directed by one Eric Watson, who I believe this was his director's debut on this one.
Yeah.
All right. And it was also written by Eric Watson, too. All right. With Joseph Garofalo. All right. I don't know too much about Eric Watson. There's not too much about him, but I definitely know like this was like his first, major film. And he did a pretty good job of casting a lot of his characters for this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the most notable one being Clint Howard, who played Stanley Coopersmith, our main dude. Obviously, Clint comes from a big family of Howards. I think what is his dad was in the movie business. Obviously, his brother Ron was a big director and movie star.
Yeah, I mean, Ron Howard was a pretty famous actor, like in the 70s and the 80s. Then he became like a really famous director. He's probably more famous for being a director than he is.
The Ron Howard,
than he is for being an actor.
But the dad is Rance Howard.
Rance Howard, yes. But he, they come from a long line of actors and people in the entertainment industry. But Clint was an actor, obviously, but he never got to the fame that his brother did, for sure.
No.
But he is very recognizable though, and he's been in a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Star Trek. Been in a lot of Star Trek episodes.
A lot of Star Trek episodes. He was in Silent Night, Deadly Night 5.
Yeah, and 4, which we have done on this show. He played Ricky, remember?
Yeah. Right, he played Ricky.
With the robot brain head?
Yes.
That's a great... We don't have that one on video, guys, but you can go back in the archives and find it. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4. It's freaking great.
So he's worked a lot, but he's just not super famous. But he's recognizable. He's one of those people that when you see him, you know who he is.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And then, so we got him on a couple things. He's on Leprechaun 2.
Yeah.
Which,
Terrifier 3.
It's in the works. All right.
It is in the works.
Just a bunch of stuff. Austin Powers. All right. International Man of Mystery. I mean, just a bunch of, little side roles. But this is like one of his only like starring roles, I guess, was in this one. All right.
I would say so.
And I thought he did a pretty good job, you know what I mean? Obviously, we have one of the other big actors in this one. They got is R.G. Armstrong, who did many, many, many westerns during his career. They had him basically, he was able to choose of what character he wanted to play, and he ended up going with the Sarge character.
Well, that was a good character. I see why you picked that guy.
Yeah. So there are a couple things about it. It said the film was shot in 3 weeks using locations in Santa Barbara, which is now a Garden Street Academy, and a condemned church in South Central. And this is according to the DVD commentary.
Right.
The church was renovated for the movie shots that they were using, probably for like the dungeon areas. Oh, and then like there was like a little church part in there too. So it was confusing the priest who previously worked there and causing him to get on his knees and pray to God. Because, you know, Satan. I guess.
Yeah. Because they repaired the church, right? The church was abandoned and they repaired the outside of it.
But then it says the church was burned down to the ground 3 days later.
3 days later, yeah. So they burned it down 3 days later.
There you go, brother. Maybe they had some black metal people come in there.
Maybe.
By the way, when our boy Coopersmith was reading the lines from the book, all right, of Esteban.
Mm-hmm. Esteban.
I am surprised a black metal band hasn't put that like in their intro.
I know.
And then gone at it.
A missed opportunity.
Even though the way he was reading it was so like generic. It was all like, the fires of God will come down and destroy you and burn your face. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly how he delivered those lines. Also, the guy that played Esteban was Richard Mole, who would go on to be famous in Night Court.
Yeah, he's a character. So according to Clint Howard and director Eric Watson, the original cut of the film, which he submitted to the ratings board, contained even more footage than the uncut DVD release. Oh, you don't say. Including more specific effects, as well as the extension of the bathtub death scene. All right, and the cabinet having his heart ripped out. All right, kind of like an Indiana Jones. Right?
Yes.
But their labored efforts to find a copy of the version have proven futile, and they believe it's likely gone forever. All right. So even the one we watched which was the uncut version, I believe, compared to the cut version that was banned in London. All right. Because this one was also part of the Video Nasty ban from London.
Yes.
So that one they usually just cut out a lot of I think they cut out the death scene with the pigs, and then I think they cut out like all like the computer talking on there. It's really interesting.
They cut out, which I was reading that and I was kind of wondering how that would even work. Like they cut out all of the satanic stuff from the computer. Like how would the movie even make sense if you didn't have that part?
I don't know. It's just all book, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
So it says Clint Howard and Don Stark agreed not to socialize during the film so they could maintain the hostility that exists between their characters. Which is, that's a form of actors do. And I believe that too. If you're going to have a really intense scene with somebody, maybe like, don't like be all friendly with them. Maybe, I don't know.
A lot of actors do that, I think, Also, I did want to mention that this blew my mind when I found this out.
Yeah.
Don Stark, the guy that played Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba, yeah.
I did not know this until I read this, and I nearly fell out of my chair. He is the same guy that played Bob Pinciotti in that 70s show, Donna's dad.
Oh, yeah?
They're that's the same actor. I would never have guessed that.
I would never guessed that either.
Same actor.
Wow, there you go. There you go, brother. You got to get your start somewhere. As a fat military guy.
Yep.
So one of the wait, was it the fat one or was he like the skinnier one?
He's the main bully.
Oh, he's the main bully guy. That's right.
Yeah.
The Bubba.
Yeah. Bubba.
For some reason I thought Bubba was the fat one. Because usually when
you would think so because Bubbas are usually fat, but not this time. Okay.
Whatever. This one's kind of funny. One of the prosthetic heads was actually made too tough for the decapitation scene. It was intended for it. When Clint Howard struck it with the sword, his embarrassment, it merely bounced off. So he couldn't get the job done, brother.
No.
So he was frustrated. So what he did was he practiced with the sledgehammer. It's a little heavier, and eventually, after practicing with that, he got the full swing. He was able to chop the heads off. Which, by the way, was probably my favorite scene in the movie, where he just flying around with Satan powers, chopping people's heads off.
Yeah,
that shit was awesome. Badass. There's a couple of stuff that Clint was talking about. Like he was saying, basically, one time he was wearing bloody clothes. and he just like left with the bloody clothes on. He was driving and like he pulled up to an old lady, and the old lady looked at him with bloody clothes. And he like waved at her, and she like rolled up her window.
You hear that story a lot, like actors that leave the set in their costumes, and then people are wondering why they're covered in blood.
All right. So actor, let's see. All right. According to a 2017 podcast with Gilbert Gottfried, Clint Howard revealed that studio made him pay for his own toupee that he wears in the movie.
Yeah, because Clint Howard is bald, pretty much.
So they're like, hey, brother, you're going to have to get some hair, and you got to pay for it.
It's not in the budget.
It's not in the budget. Yeah. Yeah, how do you think we're going to freaking have these flames, brother? All right. So like I said, the computer that he was used was an Apple II. All right, which was a very popular brand of computer at the time the film was made. Did you have yourself an Apple II Satan computer there, Alison?
No, that was definitely before my time. I didn't have a computer during the Apple II era, for sure.
I wonder if you can get one of those on the market now.
Oh yeah, you can.
I wonder what program
I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing they're running whatever the original version of the Macintosh operating system was.
I wonder if I have an AI 3D printer, it could make me if I said, hey, AI 3D printer, can you make me an Apple II Satanic computer? I wonder if it would be this one.
Maybe. I mean, you could buy one off eBay.
All I'm saying is, back in the day, apparently, according to this movie, this Apple II can, like, raise up magical spirit powers. I don't see everybody's grok doing that nowadays.
No, and they took it out of the later Apple models. They took the satanic stuff out of it. Like, where, you used to be able to summon demons, but
I mean, this would even stop.
It's no longer a feature.
It stopped Clint from being raped.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, come on. And it summoned a bunch of pigs?
Yeah.
This is a hot model here.
Apple's not about the...
I wonder if there was a disclaimer on the Apple II. Apple does not condone the use of satanic worship on our Apple II computers.
Could possibly summon Satan. Be careful.
Yeah, but you got to do is you got to code in the book first to the computer.
Yes.
And then once you code in your book to the computer, that's when you could be able to use the Esteban satanic powers.
Exactly, Esteban.
Yes.
Every time I hear his name, I think of that. I don't know if you remember this, but the guy that used to sell guitars on late night television. Probably like in the 2000s, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you could buy your beginner Esteban guitar.
Yeah. There you go. Made by Satan
Esteban.
himself.
Yeah, made by Satan himself.
The title Evilspeak was delivered from the phrase computer geek.
Oh, interesting.
A term used to describe the shorthand used by computer specialists for the otherwise complex. And in the film, the protagonist uses the computer to summon evil spirits, like we just talked about. Most of the torches from the dungeon scene were lit by burning rubber cement.
To keep them burning, yeah.
Yeah. One of the professors of the academy is a captain named Hauptmann, who speaks with a crisp German accent. Oh, that's our boy. Hauptmann means captain in German. Army terminology used during World War II, which is fitting given the character's age and school's evil persona.
So they're saying basically that he is a Nazi.
Yeah, pretty much.
Essentially.
I think it was, they didn't outright say it, but they're like hinting like, yeah, this is our evil Nazi teacher.
Yeah.
All right.
Weird.
So this is the quote that was at the beginning of the movie. All right. By, was it Khalil Gibran? I probably fucked that up.
Khalil Gibran.
Yeah, Khalil Gibran. Yeah. Who'd he ever beat?
Well, I mean, he was a poet, so
there you go.
Or philosopher, so nobody really.
Yeah. And Satan said to the man of God, "What would you do tomorrow if you allowed me to die today? What vocation would you pursue if my name disappeared?" End quote.
Which is really interesting because the idea behind that is that, good only exists because evil exists.
Yep.
And, what is, how self-righteous would religious people be if they didn't have Satan to scare people with?
Exactly.
Kind of things.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
There you go, brother. Or if they didn't have an Apple II computer.
Right, exactly.
To summon the Dark Lord's power and summon a bunch of deadly hogs.
Yeah.
Give you special
really sad.
flying satanic flying abilities so you could chop off people's heads with a magic sword.
I know, it's really sad that they took that Satan summoning feature out of the Apple.
I know. Like my iPhone don't have any of that shit on there. What the fuck?
No, I guess it just took up too much space on the hard drive.
Do you think like because we can do this?
RAM.
You think I can we could do like a petition being like, hey, you guys' Apple II computer had a fucking Satan feature in it. Can we get that back? I mean, we're on the 14 iPhone now. I mean, what? Well, no, we're right past the 14. We're on the 17.
No, we're at 17 is out now.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's been that long.
Still no Satan feature.
I mean, we even have AI robots calculating everything I fucking do. I can't have my Satan feature on my phone.
I know. AI is worse.
Anyway.
Apple AI. Yeah.
Anyway, so this movie came out February 26th of 1982 in the United States. Apparently only filmed around like New York and just two little. It only filmed around like two areas. I believe one was New York, the other one's Los Angeles. But it did make around 400,000 its opening week, which is pretty good for like a lower 400,000, I should say, for a lower movie. Especially only being aired in two areas. But probably most of its sales has been done by DVDs and VHSs and stuff. And now it's on streaming, obviously. We watched it on pretty much Prime. Yeah, the AMC Prime.
AMC Plus, yeah.
Plus,
on Prime, yeah.
So. But there's some other stuff we have about it. Let's see. Oh, this one's fun. Anton LaVey, the Satan guy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The late founder and high priest of the Church of Satan was a great fan of this movie and considers it to be very satanic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So,
now
the man himself.
I actually thought, before we get into the full review, that this actually this might be controversial, but I thought it actually made the satanic stuff in like a little bit better of a light than I think they were trying to go for. Because if you look at it, the Coopersmith was getting harassed to the point of I think these kids even killed the fucking dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Like, what if they would have killed? They eventually probably would have killed him, and I think they would have killed him, and the school would have covered it up. So if our boy Coopersmith didn't find the book and Apple II Power of Satan, not only would he have got raped from that groundskeeper guy, the kids would have killed his freaking dog and probably killed him. The school, the football teacher and the sergeant and the principal guy and the teacher would all covered it up because they all had it in for Cooper.
Right, and I think that's kind of what Anton LaVey was saying. Like, it's kind of a Satan to the rescue kind of story.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, he's not really portrayed as the bad guy.
I mean, it took it to the extreme where he gave him so much power and glory that he became like some sort of magical sword swinging crazy man. Mm-hmm. But you know what? They all deserved it. Fuck them. All right.
Exactly. Fuck those people.
All right. Speaking of fucking those people, let's get into it. Let's get into the full review of the Evilspeaks.
Let's do it.
Everyone's known a boy like Stanley Coopersmith. Evilspeak. He's the kid everyone used to pick on.
Screwed up for the last time, Cooper dick.
Speak. You see, everyone thought Stanley was a joke. An outcast with no one to turn to.
You guys broke my catapult. You're gonna pay for that.
No one except man's most advanced machine. Stanley used the power of man to call on the powers of evil.
I, Stanley Coopersmith, command you! Oh my God.
And all hell broke loose.
creatures with your strength and force. Let them avenge me.
Evilspeak. Remember that little kid you used to pick on? Well, he's a big boy now.
All right. So we start off, to my surprise, we're in the 16th century Spanish area. All right. Mm-hmm. It's all in Espanol. All right. We have Satanist Father Lorenzo Esteban and his followers are told by a priest that they are banished to the Americas. And I was like, well, aren't you fucking lucky? You're in the greatest country known to man, brother, America.
Yeah, I know. I know. Definitely become the greatest nation on the planet.
How is that a punishment? All right, dudes. All right, and then I like how they go to America and now they're denied God's grace. Motherfucker, this is God's country, brother. All right, have we not been out here in the South?
I know, exactly.
Cornbread fed, beer drinking, God fearing man, brother.
Exactly.
No Satan around here. Not today, Satan. But then again, we have a big Satan church around here too, so it's a little bit of a mix. Mm-hmm. So they're banished to the America. I was laughing when I heard that though. I was like, what? How is that a punishment? All right, and then they renounce Satan, and then they have to renounce Satan and go away their evil ways to come back to the glorious of Spain.
Yes.
But they don't. They transfer into a Apple II computer instead.
Yes, exactly. So,
like you do.
You know
what I mean? So now we are transporting back to the 80s now, not the 1000th century. We have one Stanley Coopersmith with a weird last name because it's two first names in one, which is always weird to me out. Like, I don't call you Alison Matt, do I?
No.
Then why the fuck do I got to call this guy Coopersmith? You don't call me...
just to be confusing.
You don't call me Klein Dick, do you?
No. Well, sometimes I do, behind your back.
So Cooper Dick, which is another better name. All right, he's a cadet at the West Enver Military Academy. All right. Mm-hmm. He's the outcast of the... Oh, you don't say. He's the outcast.
No shit.
Which I think, what's his name? Clint? He plays a pretty good outcast. Like, his whole acting during this whole movie was actually pretty great. I was pretty surprised about this guy. I thought he did pretty... for being such a younger actor. You know what I mean? I thought he played the role of geek pretty well. So
yeah. I thought he did really well in this.
Yeah.
He was perfectly cast.
So he's being bullied by all the classmates for being an orphan. You can tell this is made in the 80s. They can't do that shit now. I did I'm jumping ahead, but it's pretty sad when that cook was asking him, like, oh man, what's wrong with you, man? Like, you seem like a nice kid and everything. Like, what's your parents just sent you here to get you straight up? He's like, my parents died in a car wreck.
No.
And the guy was like, I should have gave you more mashed potatoes then.
So,
all right. So he's also treated bad by his instructors who think he has an above average IQ, but he's an idiot. All right. So they basically, he's basically kind of on their soccer team. It looks like they play soccer.
Yeah, he's on the soccer team, yeah.
Which is football if you're a European.
Exactly.
All right. By the way, speaking of that, it's so funny having when the World Cup is over here, seeing all the fucking bandwangers. Nobody gives a fuck about soccer here in America, and then everybody start caring about it.
All of a sudden people start.
I never hear anything about soccer at all until the World Cup came here. That's it. All right.
Well, you kind of have to be into that kind of thing to hear about it. I feel like it's more popular now than it ever has been.
Yeah.
And people who would never have followed it before are following it now. But yeah, I see what you're saying. All of a sudden people give a shit and they're paying thousands and thousands of dollars World Cup tickets when they don't even watch the sport at all.
Yeah. The only dude I thought was cool was that fucking Norwegian guy. Because he's like jacked and looked crazy.
Yes.
I think he was from Finland, right? I don't remember who he was from.
Mm-hmm. Think so.
So basically, they basically, for Coopersmith, they have him do a bunch of activities. Like, you know, because they think he needs to be shapened up because he's an idiot. Even though he's smart. He's a smart idiot. All right? But the problem is, the reason they all think that is because he keeps getting bullied. And when he's done getting bullied, that's when the teachers show up and they think he's just being stupid. And I don't know why he's like, hey, these fucking assholes are bullying me, but I guess the teachers weren't listening to it. Like you do in the 80s. You never listen. When somebody gets bullied in the 80s, we just pretend like it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? Boys will be boys back in the 80s. All right? So now, after getting bullied and getting sentenced to the cellar, I have a couple of military, I guess they all have cellars in their military schools.
I guess so. Like, I can't get over that. I mean, I guess, like, I don't know. Like, I never went to military school and I never would have. But I guess they can do whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, he just gets sentenced to the cellar where Sarge lives in the basement and never leaves. And has a dungeon there, apparently.
Bro, and he was drinking some heavy Jack, brother.
Yeah, the whole time.
You know what I mean? So they're down there. He finds a book, the Book of Esteban.
Yes.
That has, now it's not the Necronomicon.
No, that's cooler than this.
Now, I believe this movie was made before Evil Dead, maybe.
I
can't remember. It's maybe around the same time.
Around the same time.
So the Necronomicon is way cooler of a book. This one's all right though. It's bigger. All right. So the book has black magic spells in it, and he uses the Apple II computer to translate from Latin to English. There you go, brother. See? And you all thought computers were going to be the death of us. There you go. So, Alison, if we have the Book of Espadon now, could I upload it to Grok or ChatGPT, and you think that they could translate it and it'll have the same effect so I can get some magic Satan flying powers?
Oh, it can only work better now, right? Yeah, ChatGPT will summon the Satan for you.
Maybe instead of trying an Apple II computer, maybe I can go find this book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, go analog, straight old school.
Where do you think this will be on? Books.com?
Oh, it's in the library. Just go get your library card.
So this diary includes rituals performing the Black Mass and promises of Esteban, I will return.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is, did he make it to America? We didn't know. I guess he did.
So, well, is the book like, how did the book get into school?
Because maybe the Germans were big into black magic. And
now you're going. Now you're cooking.
I'm cooking over there, brother. I'm stretching. I'm fucking Armstrong stretching over here. Right.
Yes, you are. The Nazi brought it, brother. Satanic book.
He brought the Satanic book.
And there you go. All
right.
There you go.
All right. So now he overslept Coopersmith. All right. And then now he finds his alarm clock unplugged and his clothing tied in knots by his classmates because they're bullying him. Mm-hmm. That's like their only job in this whole movie was just to bully him. Like, I don't remember them doing anything else.
Well, I mean, they were winning soccer games until he fucked everything up, apparently. Yeah. But but the same thing, dude, is like, how can they care that much about soccer in 1980 that they would bully this kid to keep him from playing? Because that's the whole reason they don't like him. Didn't we just
talk about the World Cup? Didn't we just talk about it? That's the best.
I know, but
sport.
It's 1980. It's 1980.
Last month, that was the best sport known to man.
Yeah.
All right. How dare you talk about the greatness of football? All right.
Man, I'm the biggest football fan that there is, but I'm just saying.
Which one? The American one or the soccer one?
The soccer one.
Oh yeah. Name a team. Who would they ever beat?
I mean, Spain beat Argentina.
There you go. I heard the American one sucked. Anyway. Maybe they had Coopersmith on their team.
Maybe.
All right.
I mean, we're not very good at this game. Like, I don't know why American fans don't realize that, but it does. I did want to bring that up on a tangent though, because you mentioned it. So like how the bandwagon jumpers always show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, and they always do every year. And then they're the same people who never follow it, and then they're like, oh, we're going to be great. We're a great team and we're going to do good. We might even win the World Cup this year. And then we get destroyed halfway through it like we always do.
Yeah.
And then none of those people continue to watch the tournament at all.
No.
But yeah, it happens every 4 years. Like, oh, this is the best team we've ever had. We're going to win the World Cup this year. No, we're not. We're not going to win the World Cup for 100 years. But anyway,
not going to happen unless we use the Satan power, maybe.
Yeah, well, maybe.
So now he makes his late for class. His teacher writes him a note to take to the headmaster, Colonel Kincaid.
Mm-hmm.
In the Kincaid's office, all right, he acts like Cooper has the book on him, and he leaves it on the secretary's desk. All right, Miss Friedermeyer, and where she hides it. Okay, so basically, while Stanley is so basically what happens at Kincaid's office is Kincaid tells Stanley Coopersmith that, hey, you got a great IQ and everything, but you're kind of an idiot. So I am going to do what my forefathers have done to me. I need you to bend over, and I'm going to need you to remember me all day.
Yeah, this is strangely
because
sexual,
he starts
in a weird way.
He tells Cooper to bend over. He's going to take his stick, and he's going to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And he does. And then while he's whooping the ass, the secretary lady's like smiling. I think she likes it.
I know. This is all very bizarre, this whole scene.
So then now Cooper is he has to go play with the hogs now to shaping up after he got his ass whipped. All right. So he's cleaning the hog pen. All right. And he's about to go into the hog pen when the guy stops him and throws the meat on him. It's like, see, you could have got killed by these hogs, showing like these hogs are dangerous, which will come up later. All right. So now, all right, Stanley tries to go back to his dormitory to find that his belongings are scattered and his book is missing. All right. So he assumes that his classmates have taken the book. Where's my book? So he goes to the skating ring.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This looks totally 70s too, this fucking skating ring.
Yeah. It was left over from 70s for sure.
And he goes and asks about the book. The guy's like, get away from me. I don't know anything about your book. And you're lucky Bubba's like, you're lucky I'm doing good today. I don't know anything about your book. All right. So then we realize that it was the secretary who had the book and she's hiding it from Coopersmith, because that's where she goes and asks him if he left the book there. She's like, no, but she keeps the book with her. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So now, Stanley goes to the computer lab to research Satanism, but a lot of time runs out before he can complete his research. So his Satanism research has been cut out. All right.
Yeah, I think that's weird, right? So one thing, he's going to the library to research Satanism, and two, he has a limited amount of time he can use the library, and he doesn't succeed in his research before his time is up.
Yes. Well, hey man, you only get about 30 minutes, brother. All right. So Stanley appears in a cellar with computer equipment stolen from the lab. All right. He sets up the computer, checks the requirements for a black mass. He attempts to initiate one, but the computer informs him that he still lacks critical ingredients: blood and concentrated host.
Yeah.
All right, you gotta do a ritual here, brother, before you can get that power of Satan. All right.
Exactly.
Reverend Jameson, the church's pastor, nearly discovers him and sends him to the mass. Like, go out. What are you doing here? Go eat some. So he arrives too late for dinner. He befriends the school's cook. This is the one we'll talk about, where he was like telling him about his parents being, run over and stuff, and they kind of had like a little bit of a bonding between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw that one of the dogs gave birth And the cook was like saying, I don't got enough money, food to feed them all, so they're probably just going to die. But then Coopersmith wants to save one, and he names him Fred. All right. And then he hides Fred in the cellar.
Mm-hmm. At this point, something bad's going to happen to the dog.
Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of a little bit of foreshadowing on here. So Stanley steals the host for the church. All right. And he attempts the ritual and figures in robes with pig face appears. Stanley knocks unconscious. There are his classmates in disguise. So basically, he was doing this research thing, and all these things started appearing and stuff, but basically, it was a ruse from his classmates were just fucking with them. All right. And Stanley pretty much thought everything was real. All right. So after they leave, Stanley's computer tells him that the ritual is incomplete. He accidentally wakes up the drunken caretaker Sarge. This is the craziest scene. All right. So Sarge comes in there, drunk as shit. All right. He's all like, what the hell are you doing over here? And so they basically, he's like saying like, I let you down here. Now you brought this fucking mutt down here to talk about the dog. All right. And then they start like he's basically about to kill the dog, Sage is. All right. But then Stanley kicks him in the nuts, gets the dog away. All right. But then apparently Sage is like kind of like Popeye, but his thing that make him stronger was booze. Because like, every time he's about to go fight, he's like taking a swig of his booze.
Yeah, it's like Popeye, but with Jack Daniels.
Yeah, with Jack Daniels, brother. So no shit. He grabbed Stanley and is about like, I know you're a boy, but I'm going to show you what it's like to be a woman. Implying that he wanted to fuck him. Like literally fuck him.
Like where does all this stuff come from? Like why are these people like this? Like
everybody here is an asshole in this movie.
I know, and it's always like and all these people in these like military academies are like, I'm gonna fuck this guy in the ass. Like, is this like a thing? Like I guess know. Whatever. I mean,
this guy was serious.
People should do whatever makes them happy, but I'm just saying that like that's really just fucking odd.
So thank good that we have the powers of Satan through the computer because it saved Coopersmith from being raped by a drunken sage.
Right.
So that's what happens.
So
the computer Satan twists its neck and kills Sage, and now Coopersmith is freaking out because he's like, what the fuck just happened? So then after this, we have Stanley discovers a catacomb containing Esteban's crypt, and that's where he hides Sage's body is at. All right. And then during this, we have like the teachers and everything. Basically, the coach doesn't want Stanley to play in the big soccer game, and he's trying his hardest to get the principal to deny him. All right.
Yeah.
So now we have to see with Mrs. Frendermeyer. She again attempts to steal the jewelry pentagram from Esteban's book. I guess because she likes it. Maybe she wants to sell it on 1981 eBay. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. But then after she couldn't do that, she gets herself so ready for a nice little shower. Get a little naked in the shower.
Well, yeah. So obviously I know why we got this because it's 1981 and this is our our nude shower scene that we have to have in every horror film.
Yeah.
But so she comes home and, she comes home and then she just takes her clothes off and sits in front of the fire with the satanic book.
And you don't do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about my personal life.
Yeah, brother, come on. That's what you got to do.
But anyway, she's like, I don't know. Like I looked this actress up. She stopped acting in 1985.
Yeah.
But I thought she was like really good in the scene that she had. Like I don't know if she had like any lines in this entire movie really, but she was really good in the scene that she had where she she had like the nerdy glasses on, so she was like this combination of like nerdy librarian versus like hot girl kind of thing. Yeah. And then she goes home with the Satan book, and then they never explain why she wants the Satan book, but she keeps trying to pry the pentagram off the front of it.
Yeah. For
some reason. But yeah, then she goes to take her shower, and then
she basically opens the door because she hears a noise through the shower, And it's those pigs from earlier who's been summoned to kill her.
Who apparently teleported into her apartment.
Yeah, and what she was saying on the commentary was saying that the way the stunt was supposed to go was she was supposed to open the door and the pigs were going to be like stopped by like a little like fence. You know what I mean? And they were just going to cut it. Well, the problem was, I don't know if they tricked her or the fence didn't work. She opened the door and the pigs actually came at her. And that's why they had the scene of her backing up and screaming and falling into the tub, because it was all real. And they kept it in there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that is the best way to get a reaction, right?
Yeah.
If the reaction is real.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's crazy. And then she get eaten by the pig dummies on there. So she gets killed by the hogs. We have a hog death in this one.
I love that scene where it's eating her intestines. Like it shows it pull her intestines out. That was
cool.
That's
pretty crazy. All right, so now after she's been killed by the black, there's the diary now kind of like vanishes. Stanley's classmates now assault him, saying that he tried to play in the soccer game tomorrow. They will find and kill Fred. All right, so they're threatening him like, hey, you're not playing in this game or we'll kill Fred. And of course, Stanley is saying, I am going to play in the game. I'm not going to let you all do it. So witnessing this, Kincaid kicks Stanley off the team instead of punishing the bullies. All right.
Right, because that's how that goes, right?
Yep. And basically, what all set this up, I guess they were doing a metal assaulting or something, metal assault, like pageant queen. All right.
Yes.
And one of them won, and then Stanley went up to the other one, the blonde one, saying, I thought you should win, but then the kids assaulted them. All right.
Yeah, some kind of weird, like, military beauty pageant.
Yeah, beauty pageant thing.
This movie's full of weird shit that probably actually really happened.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. I mean, so drunk Stanley classmates find Esteban's hidden room. All right, because they basically, after they bullied Stanley, took off his pants, and then Stanley got kicked off the team. Not only did the kids, Bubba and his crew, leave, but they left with the two pageant chicks as well. All right. So the computer flashes a message saying that blood is needed. All right. And I guess the power or the lore of the military cell room, all right, has made the kids now bloodthirsty. So they do a ritual and they kill Fred with a knife. All right.
Yes.
All right, but then the computer says it must be human blood, not doggy blood. All right. So now, Stanley now goes back to the hidden lair. I guess not that much hidden because everybody knows how to get there. He finds Fred's body. Stanley now is becoming enraged. All right. And I didn't really get this scene because the next scene we got was all the kids like getting ready for soccer. And the coach was like, oh, where's Coopersmith? And they're like, oh, we don't know. Don't worry about it, coach. He's not going to be showing up. And he's like, all right, well, if he doesn't show up, he doesn't show up. And I was just like, what did the last scene just say he was kicked off the team? Like, why were you expecting him if he's kicked off the team? You know what I mean?
Right. So, I was confused by that as well. Like, why? Maybe they just didn't tell them that they were kicked off the team, but like, I don't know. I was confused by that too.
So I was all right. So then basically, the one character we haven't talked about, Stanley's friend. All right. God, what was the guy? He's from a TV show called What's Now or something like that. All right.
I was actually wondering about that. Like that guy looked really familiar, but I didn't research who he was. Oh yeah, he was on What's Happening. He played. Yeah, I remember that show when I was a very small child.
What's his name?
The actor?
Yeah.
The actor is Haywood Nelson.
Haywood Nelson. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so he played Kowalski
in this movie. Yeah.
So Kowalski was like the only guy who was on Cooper's side, basically. Like he was the one that was like, "Hey, don't bully this guy." Like he didn't intervene, of course, but he's like the nice guy to tell him not to intervene. So he's wondering what the hell's going on. Like, what do they do to make sure that Coopersmith wasn't, going to be playing in the big game?
Yeah, and he's apparently the only black kid in this entire school.
Yeah, yes, the only one. All right. He has a funny story on the commentary too about him driving around a Porsche, and everybody was like jealous of his Porsche. So he said he would film on set, and they would go off the set, and some people kept slashing his tires. All right, yeah, that's what he was saying. And he was
so like basically there's like bullies on the set too.
Yeah, I think he was saying because apparently at the time he had like a little fame to him because he was on that show that was pretty popular. You know what I mean? The what's happening. I never seen it, so I don't know what the hell he was talking about.
I think it's funny. Like it's a story about a black family, and it was created by Eric Monty, who created Good Times.
Oh, okay.
But it was not as good as Good Times, but it's a good funny show, and it's like one of those. I would say that it's one of the first shows that showed like African American families in a positive light.
Okay.
You know, like they weren't all criminals and things like that.
Yeah.
And you know, like there was it was a comedy and it was funny, but it showed like a working class, you know, African American family that, you know, got into hijinks and shit like that. But he played Dwayne. But it was a funny show. I mean, it was a funny show.
There's a lot
definitely
of
watch What's Happening if you're out there.
There's a lot of great black comedies that came out in the 90s, man. I mean, they were like all over.
That's true. That's true.
I actually, like, when I was younger, that's mostly what I watched for a long time for like daytime shows. My favorite was Jamie Foxx show. All right. And that wasn't really like, that was like more of like just him. Like, you know, we had the Jamie Foxx one, we had the Martin one, we had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But the one, what's the one with Steve Urkel? That's the one I usually watched.
Family
Matters, right? Yeah.
Yes.
That was a good one.
That was a great show, too. That was a really good show.
Yeah, there was also one of them, too, that had, like, these two kids that were pretty popular in there. And one of them actually went to my preschool. So, but anyway.
Really?
Yeah. I forgot.
On Family Matters?
I think it was Family Matters, yeah. It was, like, the younger kid, all right, on there.
I really don't remember much about that show other than Steve Urkel.
Yeah. Let's see. So basically, after they killed the dog, all right, Stanley now is enraged because he sees all the blood everywhere. So he knows they all killed his dog, and now Coopersmith goes on to the Apple II computer device. And now he has pledged his life and soul to Satan. Or Espadon's version of Satan.
Espadon's version of Satanism, yeah.
So he types, and I like how he types his name into the computer, and that's how he's like, okay to be Satan now.
Yeah. It's great.
I mean, godly. Bro, every troll known to man would love this Apple II computer. All right.
No shit, man.
You could everybody's bullying you, just type your name to Satan and they'll take care of you. All right. All right. So now, so Stanley becomes, he's in rage round. The diary appears on Esteban's casket. A teacher catches Stanley stealing another host and follows him to the catacombs, where he finished translating Espadon's diary. Stanley pledges his life to Satan, like we said, and he kills the teacher and it collects his blood. So they finally got the human blood they've been waiting for.
All right. Yeah, because the computer, the Apple II, told him that he needed real human blood for this. Yeah,
duh. Meanwhile, Stanley's classmates, the coach, Kincaid, and Jameson attended a service. After Stanley successfully performed the ritual, Espadon's soul possesses him. I will make you have my powers of Satan. All right. An indivisible, a powerful force, all right, and the piece of a nail from the crucifix over the church's altar and impales Jameson's forehead. So basically, what happens is, I guess before the big game, Jameson, the father, the guy was giving them all a speech, basically saying that we're basically going to win even if we have to cheat. All right. And they're going to use the power of God.
There's nothing more about about, there's nothing that says sportsmanship more than we're going to win even if we have to cheat.
So basically the big Jesus on a cross is right behind him.
Yes.
It starts dripping water. I thought it was going to drip blood. But maybe that was edited out.
I know. I thought that was, when I saw him, that was a really good effect, by the way.
Yeah, it was a good effect, yeah.
When it shows the Jesus' hands moving.
Yeah, his band moving.
Like, that was a really good effect. But I thought it was going to drip blood, but no.
And the cross on his hand shoots right into Jameson's forehead, and there he goes. He's dead.
He's dead.
So everybody kind of freaks out a little bit. This is when we have Stanley rises through the floor wielding a battle sword.
This was amazing.
Bro, that was awesome. He was like flying through the air. He was all looking crazy with his sword. And then he just goes around decapitating people. I mean, fuck. Why is this not in a music video when a death metal band's playing?
Right. There should be like, it should be like on a video screen behind him and he's flying up out of
fuck it, bro. Remember, you can have Venom. You can have Venom on here.
I know.
Thrashing. Him out chopping people.
I know.
What in a church of all?
It's a
what the fuck?
Totally missed opportunity. Exactly.
I'm gonna have to edit that. Like, just have Venom playing in the background. We're just chopping these fuckers to death.
Yeah.
Right? And then fire just comes out of nowhere. All right. Classmates are trying to flee. They're all being some of them get devoured by pigs, and some of them get their heads cut off.
Yeah.
One bully, Bubba, tries to escape through the catacombs, but a reanimated Surge rips out his heart. Like that scene you saw in Indiana Jones where, ripped out the heart. It's like that. All right?
Yeah, he's like a zombie now, kind of.
And then the church burns down to the ground. And that's when in Shoot Life, the real priest was like on his knees praying. Well, we didn't see that because that was in real life.
I know.
So then after all this metal stuff happened, I mean, my God. I mean, I don't know what we're doing here. Like, why wasn't there Venom or something? Like, this is so metal, bro. Like, this whole thing. I was just like, where's the track? I mean, come on. What do we have? Who did we have in 19? We had Venom. All right. We had, who could we got it from? Slayer wasn't a thing yet, right?
Not quite.
Okay. Venom's the only one I could think of because they're the most earliest, like, satanic band that I can remember. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, were they before Bathory?
I think so. Because this is 1982.
Yeah, so I mean, like they could definitely have used, Venom's "Welcome to Hell" or black metal as like a soundtrack to this for sure.
So now we have some words that we talked about this last time. If we like words on the screen, you do, but I think it's kind of lazy, but it works. So it states that Stanley survived. Oh, you don't say it. The attack, but went to a catatonic shock and was committed to an asylum.
Yeah.
All right.
So so he's basically in a sort of a coma, kind of.
And the films didn't show Stanley's true fate as his face appears on the computer screen.
Yeah. So he's inside the Apple II now.
Yeah, he's inside the Apple II, saying that he will return, never, because he doesn't.
But never, that doesn't happen. Kind of like in Tron.
Yeah. Well, unless we make a sequel.
Yeah, unless we make it now. I wonder if Clint Howard would be in a sequel if we chose to do one.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, where he comes back.
I would definitely...
40, 50 years later.
I mean, you could make this movie awesome today. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Put some fucking metal in there and shit.
Yeah, we'd make it about an iPhone.
Yes. The Apple...
Getting the rights to use the iPhone are probably more expensive than getting Clint Howard.
I know. Maybe they can use an AI... you'll have the book still. You know what I mean? Like they find the book, right? But they take the book and they upload it to Grok or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you tell it to make me magical Satan witch powers and translate it in English. All right. And then you take those words and you put it into your 3D printer, and there you go.
And then it summons Clint Howard.
Yeah, summons Clint Howard with his flaming sword to destroy all your enemies. I like it. And then we got some Slayer on the background.
That's great.
Holy fuck,
dude! Like we just wrote a sequel. Well, you did. You just wrote a sequel to Evilspeak. You wrote Evilspeak 2, Like, this has got to happen. Like, we can make most of the movie without Clint Howard. We could just have him come back at the end.
Well, we can AI.
That would give us several months to convince him to be in this.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. I wonder if he's on Cameo. Maybe we could
do a cameo of him.
We could get him to do enough on a cameo to put him on Cameo to put him in the movie, and then we could just use whatever video. Like, Clint, just say these words, say these lines, and then we just use that as him on the video screen. Yeah. Dude, we could do this. We could do this.
Yeah,
we could really do this.
That'd be fun. He'd be like on this video scene. All right, this is what they want me to say. I have returned with satanic powers. Esteban's spirits of the Dark Lord have come to defy my enemies.
Dude, we can make this happen.
The river, but he has to say it the way he said it in this movie, where he's very monotone. Yeah.
We just can't tell him that we're making a sequel to this because he might want more money, and there's probably a union involved that we're not a part of.
Yeah. So, but everybody, this has been a fun one. Evilspeak. I like this one. I actually, this one I wouldn't mind in my collection. So if they ever come out with a steelbook, I'll probably grab it. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun and it was entertaining.
Yeah. Good start to the month so far, I would say. I really enjoyed the movie. But Alison, we got to keep this satanic month going. What do we got up next for next week?
So next week we're jumping to 1987 with a movie called Night Vision. It's about a satanic VCR tape, I believe.
Oh my God. You say there's a satanic VHS, brother?
Yes.
The evil spirit of Satan has now been infected our VHS tapes.
I know. So I'm glad we moved to streaming. Right?
I know. There we go. Yeah, this is why they made Laserdisc.
Exactly. That's why they made laser.
Get away from that.
The VHS got infected by Satan.
Maybe what happened? What happens if you rewind it? Maybe that's where you get all the.
You have to play it backwards.
Yeah, play it backwards.
Right. Just like records, like the Judas Priest records.
Yeah, there you go.
Are full of Satan if you play it backwards.
That should be a fun one.
Which is weird because Venom's full of Satan if you play it forward.
I know, exactly. All right. They're doing it the opposite way. All right. But everybody, it's going to be a fun month. Thanks for joining us here on the Evil Spirits. If you like us, like and subscribe. If you like listening to us on the Apple, Spotify, tell us how we're doing on there. On the YouTubes over here, you can see our beautiful faces.
I know.
Comment below if you guys got any fun evil spirit commentary when you first saw the movie, anything like that. Write it below. We'll answer you. Even if you want to be a dick, I'll answer you too. But I might be a dick back.
Especially then.
Yeah, if y'all want to be a dick, guess what? I'm gonna bring my Apple II computer. I'm gonna get my boy Coopersmith on here. All right,
your Esteban sword.
To send some hogs over to your fucking house. Hogs. All right, so don't make me pull out the Apple II, brother. All right. Anyway, we'll see you here next week on the Retro Blood. J.H. Alison, James Kline. See y'all later.
See you guys.